Good morning, everyone. YouTube, Facebook, how's everybody doing this morning? I thought I'd do something different today. This is not a work video. The title of this video is going to be YouTube is a tool, not a toolbox. As we get further into the video, hopefully you will have a better understanding of what I'm talking about. What I mean is, or part of what I mean, you shouldn't be putting all your eggs in one basket. Yes, it is the best time, one of the best times to start YouTube, but no, you should not be just relying on YouTube. Once again, it's a tool, not a toolbox. There is other various platforms that allow you to double up your content from the tube and get monetized straight away. Once again, do not put all your eggs in one basket. On other platforms I see videos, comments, questions, people concerned with 1,000 subscribers, how much they're going to get paid per view, when am I going to get it, when's my channel going to get monetized. Well, I'll tell you one thing, like anything in life, if your denominator is money, you're not going to make it. No matter what you're doing in life, you've got to be doing it for the love of it. Just like a soccer player should be playing for his shirt, not his paycheck. Like, for my example, I originally jumped on YouTube not only to become a YouTube creator at a later stage, but to aid and abet what I am already doing. I'm in the transport industry. I transport anything. So what I do, I film work videos. I get customer reviews. I use those to get me more work. So if you're a new YouTuber, what I suggest, instead of just hanging on YouTube to give you a paycheck and how many subscribers you're going to get and how many views I'm going to get, why don't you use the YouTube as a tool to help aid and abet what you are already doing? And then in the process, as you get bigger, as your channel grows, eventually, without even noticing, guess who's going to come on your, or who's going to knock on your door? YouTube. 12 months later, you might get approved for the partnership program. But if you don't, there's many other ways to make money off YouTube using it as a tool, not a toolbox. You've obviously seen various examples on my channel on how I've already scored extra jobs with my YouTube videos. I'm not waiting for YouTube to give me their handout. I use YouTube as a tool, as that axe to chop away at more work. Yes, I'm going to have to work more, but it's also going to help add on to my brand. Like today, I'm on the way to sign a new transport contract. Yes, last 2 years, my business has been devoured by COVID, devoured by fires, devoured by floods, devoured by COVID, the Delta variant once again, but we keep pressing. So today, we go in to one of the biggest transport companies in the state and we sign a new contract using YouTube as a tool, not a toolbox. And when I say that, I use all my social media platforms together as a tool, or as tools inside my toolbox. This video is probably a little bit longer than expected, and I'm doing a lot more talking than I usually do, and that's because the camera's not looking at me. But that's another thing that I'd like to work on. I hope these words make sense, especially to the new creators, the new people coming to YouTube, chasing the creator dream. I also want to be a YouTube creator, an influencer, but it's going to take time. Rome wasn't built in one day. It took several years to gather up the infrastructure. Keep pressing. We will all make it. Just remember these words. YouTube is a tool, not a toolbox. And on that note of YouTube is a tool, not a toolbox, you will notice you will grow a lot quicker on YouTube if you're using it as a tool to help you do what you were already doing in a better way. So instead of showing up with a paper portfolio, you could show up to a contract interview with a video portfolio. And when I say YouTube, I mean all your tools together. You know what I mean? YouTube is just a tool, not the toolbox. So if you've got various other platforms where you've been doubling your content up into, you can show up to that interview with all your tools, with your complete toolbox. So my word of advice to the new YouTube creator is don't solely focus on getting paid from YouTube, because even when you do, I guess it's different for everybody. You know, you're gonna get about maybe, minimum 18 bucks per 1,000 views, but that depends on the channels. That's a minimum pay. It's not bad, but unless you're getting 1 million views off every video, it's not really gonna cut the mustard. But it is a great second, third, fourth, or fifth income stream. That's another video I'd like to make a bit later on. I don't really like talking too much, but for today, I think I'll keep it simple. YouTube is a tool, not a toolbox. See, I use it to help, or I used it to brace and fortify and reinforce my transport business against the hits it has copped over the last 2 years from various difficult situations. But at the same time, my accredited, and I don't claim to be an expert, but I do claim to have extensive experience when it comes to weights training, martial arts, and the fitness industry, business side of things. That is definitely a claim that I can back up, not only with my mouth, but with my credentials and background and referential status. But YouTube is not a tool, it is a toolbox. might not sound like much, but he's Joe Average, or maybe not Joe Average, but I'm heading into a bigger company with 5,420 subscribers on my YouTube channel. I've got over 16,000 followers on my Facebook, and I've got other social media platforms that I've doubled my content into, and it's already monetized. But I'm nowhere as big as Mr. Beast. But that's not going to stop me from signing a $6,000 a month contract. It's not much, but hey, YouTube has been paying me from day one, regardless whether they like it or not. I make money from the tube as a tool, not a toolbox. We've arrived and we're going in. And then you know what we're going to go in for? We're going to go and get what's ours. A new contract. All right. Just remembering that we are still under lockdown restrictions. Some of them will be easing mid-October, but we still got to follow protocol. That's where I've got to go into. Just waiting for my link so I can get through the boom gate. Once I'm in there, that contract will be on the table, along with the masks, the pens, and the gloves, and the $6,000 a month. Thank you very much, YouTube. I really appreciate it. I knew it was going to take forever for you to pay me, but I knew that it wouldn't be long before I could pay myself using you as a tool, not a toolbox. I'm over in Auburn, industrial area, as you can see. There's even some fruit and veg up there for sale. I'll zoom it in for you. Look at that. Cheap fruit and veg. Beautiful. Last part of this video will be a shout out. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. I hope it's made some sense, especially to the new YouTubers. Remember, YouTube is a tool, not a toolbox. Right, I'm back again. Back again for the end of the video. Alright, contract signed. I'll pick up the work from next week. Got a long weekend coming on. I just wanted to give a few channels a shout out. I hope you guys have all enjoyed this video. I hope it made a bit of sense that YouTube is a tool, not a toolbox. My first shout out goes out to What's Your Max? What's Your Max? Fella by the name of Max with a weightlifting channel. My number one source of inspiration and motivation when it comes to weightlifting. This guy's a monster. If you haven't already subscribed to his channel, please visit his channel, subscribe, hit that notification bell. It'll be well worth it. Second shout out, the Weightlifting Geek. Great channel, great content, weightlifting, some tech, and my number one source of inspiration and motivation when it comes to talking on the camera like I am today, even though it's not facing me. Third and last shout out goes out to JMJ's Activities. Guys, have got to check his channel out. Creative workouts, awesome content. If you haven't already visited, if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Subscribe and hit that notification bell. You guys have an awesome day, and please stay tuned for a training video a little bit later. Most likely a back workout. Peace.
Trailblaze.